Alrighty then, you beautiful people, we are back. We've returned. As the black screen lingers a little bit there as we get ourselves into another crazy game. Game 2 of this best of 3. We've had some interesting drafts, interesting team fights, interesting what the fuck are you doing moments. Maybe this will be a little bit of a balanced, calm time, but I really don't think so.
Love the graph, though. By the way, I got a question for you, Gary. If they're called 5 anchors, no captain, who's actually drafting?
Nobody.
Tide Hunter?
Tide Hunter? Oh, because he's got an anchor to smash people with, yeah? Maybe.
Be.
They'll just have an automated bot to do it for them, maybe?
Could work.
You know how they have these computers that, like, beating chess grandmasters and they're
just
beating...
outdrafting?
Just imagine if there's an... I mean,
Like
there will be someone developing an outdraft bot, right? There has to be.
Probably. Like having all the info right away, what they picked.
Yeah.
Showing it what should be good.
Like percentage chance of them, like, picking a Sand King or whatever.
It's the same concept as Shadow Fiend AI bot.
Yeah. Learning and iterating on the info it gets. So far, nothing really massively different here from either team, I don't think. You've got the Nyx and the Night Stalker for Team Doggie that are like interchangeable, 3 and 4s. 5A and C start again with a Sand King, but they don't get the Sand King AA, stolen away by Team Doggie, so the Shadow Shaman this time comes their way. But then you've got Arc Warden, Medusa, Morphling Ban, Omni Ban, Razor Ban, Tiny Ban. It's all pretty standard until Mr. Underlord arrives. One of Trixie's better heroes, I want to say, in this patch. Tanky, hard to kill, difficult to gank, and he pressures the safe lane really nicely. All things that Trixie thrives on.
Yeah, I've seen so much Underlords lately. I mean, that hero is not fun at all. The best part is, oh, look at me, I'm dominating the lane, using Firestorm. Enemy carry hero can't farm, just being so tanky, laughing when they're trying to go on you. But
you thought you could kill me?
Yeah, but the hero is not fun to play, though. Because of the move speed and how big he is, he even seems slower than he actually is.
It's so hard to catch people. You're like, oh, there's a 5 HP guy, I'm gonna... Oh, no, never mind.
I don't have any spells.
I think the only time I've had fun playing Underlord was when I was last pick, and the enemy had a Brood Mother, and I laned against the Brood, and I went like, Soul Ring, Hood, Radiance, or some shit like that. And I ended the game like 20-0, because I just chased the Brood around the map the whole time, farming Spiderlings. But outside of that, Underlord is super boring. Because you don't do anything. You hit creeps. Like the amount of times I've seen an Underlord like go to lane, put Firestorm on the wave, realize that the supports are running at him. He runs away to jungle, Firestorm on one creep camp, and is like, okay, I'm gonna walk around and do stuff then.
So both supports already picked by Finns. Shadow Shaman and Sand King, none of them provide vision. So Tinker pick is good one. I don't know if they want to commit for a Storm Spirit right away. Maybe even switch to a Clockwork. So they can have Clockwork as a 3/4. Sand King as well. They can swap it around, but they need a Vision Hero against the Tinker.
Yeah, it does look that way. And then picking a Storm into Nyx Night Stalker.
Yeah, looks like a suicide.
It is a rough one. It's a very rough one. So what about other heroes here that can catch
Puck
onto the Tinker? The Puck?
Puck is banned, that's why.
Okay. Any core
scrolling
heroes?
through the heroes.
Bat Rider? But you don't get vision, that's just catch. And I guess you've already got like off lane and 4. That you have your 3, 4, and 5, so it kind of has to be a mid or a
Spirit
safe
Breaker
lane.
can work, but I don't know if there's any follow-up. Then what am I talking about? They have Underlord.
Yeah, so they need a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, so they need 1 or 2. That's
what makes
That's why Tinker is such a good pick here.
That's what makes it super hard. So that Storm you were mentioning, which seems suicidal, might be one of the only options, and it's the reason why right now 5 anchors are taking so damn long to pick their final hero. Team Doggie.
I don't see any other hero. Maybe a Core Venge.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Wave of Terror, swapping him around. Oh, there's a kind of a Vision hero.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
at the start of this patch, she was one of the strongest heroes, like win rate wise. But that was because pretty much only Mushi was playing her, and Mineski were winning everything.
10 seconds.
And then as soon as they stopped
That
winning
makes-
stuff,
that
Spectre was
makes a
like
lot
not
of
a hero
sense.
anymore.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, can definitely gap close on Tinker, jump in onto it.
Will you see a Battle Fury Spectre?
Oh, Jesus, no.
But I played with Dominic Black a couple of days ago in a pub. He went for Battle Fury on Spectre. We actually won. It's viable. It gives you HP and mana regen, which he needs, and some kind of flesh farm. I mean, you can still go for Mask of Madness, because Radiance is really hard to build into. Like, they can finish the game if you don't have the good timing on a Radiance.
Especially if you go like phase Urn or phase Aquila into Radiance. If you get killed off, once or twice trying to get the relic, things get very, very hard.
I mean, you don't have to commit
Dire team back.
for Radiance and Spectre early on. You can buy different items, buy Diffusal Blade if you want to fight and then farm Radiance, or just go for, like, say, Mom Drum build. There's various ways of building a Spectre Urn into
10 seconds.
Manta
remaining.
style if it's needed.
A few ways around it.
5 seconds.
You can still build
remaining.
Radiance as a
Dire team
mid-game,
pick.
late-game item.
Final pick time.
They need the hero that comes online early on before Spectre. I don't know if they want to commit to a Storm. Looks
Radiant
suicidal, but
team pick.
The Topson Invoker against Nyx Tinker Night Stalker. Seems hard.
seems like a hard Invoker game.
They feel very geared up for the late game, though. If they can not lose
10
in like
seconds remaining.
35, 40 minutes, they've got a decent way around this, especially
5
when Tinker
seconds
isn't a
remaining.
natural BKB buyer as a
well-
core hero.
What is Team Doggie looking at? Maybe Ursa against Underlord, and then they can just roam around with
You may now
or
select
that.
your
The
lot
Swift
of-
ending, Sven.
a lot of physical damage, not that early on as Ursa.
I've seen him have wonderful games on his Sven recently. His team stacks for him. He farms like a madman. He comes out with, like 11-minute Mom Echo or 12-minute Mom Echo Blink or something insane. I've seen him have some great games.
Before Sven was played as you go Mom, Echo Saber into Blink Dagger, then especially if you're losing, then that Blink Dagger doesn't come until 20 minutes, which is pretty bad. You want to have some kind of initiation. This game, they can afford to go that greedy because they have Night Stalker and Nyx Assassin to initiate with. But I prefer to go Mask of Madness into Blink Dagger. You
Okay.
come online so much faster and you can roll from there, get a BKB after that, which he will definitely need this game.
And if you can just hunt
Like-
the Spectre with every ult, it looks like a good game for you. Or the Tinker, even. Well, we'll find out what happens as we get ourselves into the laning stage. And what's happened? Why are they well playing and whoopsing in chat? What's happened? They've done something funny. There's no ward in the base or anything. They're all fine. So Nymphy Spectre, Invoker, what's his build? Oh, is he going Quas Wex? Level 1 Quas here. Cold Snap already invoked.
Against the Tinker,
Seems pretty nice. Tornado
it's-
to catch.
there's the catch. He can out-regen the laser build.
And he's going to be a much more relevant hero than the Exort Invoker that takes time to farm jungle. Can go for that nice little Urn. The old school build phase Urn drums maybe you can slot
30
in here as the
seconds to
Invoker. There's a fair few ways. And just Force Staff, Orchid, Catch Up Midas, Aghanims. Lots of nifty little things you can do with the Quas Wex Invo.
It's Battle Fury time, man.
For the Spectre.
Battle Fury patch.
We'll see. Nymphy and Peksu just eyeing up this bounty rune. Hester Joe on this offlane Nyx with the double mango. Does fall back. Oh, we've got Arise Tinker mid. Going to be in that 1v1 potentially against Topson's Invoker. Sand King for this Oxia player. Brown Boots first, look to roam around with that level 1 Burrow Strike. Underlord bottom against Sven AA. Stormhammer and Cold Feet, but look at this. Trixie throws the Firestorm, stun in,
Body
Chilling
block,
Touch
where's the body
is
block?
here. Neuer body blocks Trixie really nicely. They don't quite have enough damage just yet, with the Sand King coming in to defend the Underlord as well. Burrow striking forward, but look at LeBron, the salve onto Trixie. Keep him alive in case that void was coming from LeBron. But Oxia will drag the wave back. Unfortunately, though, they don't get it between the Tier 1 and Tier 2. And one of the melee creeps has just walked away for some reason. I don't know where he's gone off to. A bit of a picnic in the jungle. But they'll get experience across these two heroes regardless.
Yeah, look at the build on Night Stalker. Orb of Venom plus 2 Fairy Fires. Which allows him to play super aggressively early on, but does not have that extra movement speed if you don't buy the boots.
Especially against an Underlord, having that extra damage is super, super nice.
Sand King TPing top. Nyx Assassin might be in trouble. They need to save 1 stun for him.
Well, he's got Carapace as well, but they'll chain it. Burrow Strike into Shackles, looking very good. The 2-man Impale, though, after the Carapace from Hester Joe buys a little bit of time. The double Mango with the Tango. 15.8 HP regen, but they've got the Shackles again. Peksu comes out on top in that one. What's the cooldown on Shackles anyway? 10 seconds.
You should have just TP'd right away. That's why I said they should save a stun.
He tried to play a little greedy. Well, 2-minute bounty runes are coming in. That's why Neuer and LeBron both playing forward here. Aggressive onto the Underlord, but they secure both runes. Make sure that Trixie doesn't get too much, and he doesn't get level 2. How's mid lane going? Is this looking okay?
Not at all. Tinker 11-5 against what 5-2 on Invoker.
Expected, I'd say. With there's no supports helping. Tinker in a 1v1 with laser. Pretty much always going to come out on top.
Easy cap. A Mango. Yeah, that's a lot of regen. 21 regen when Tango is active.
Sand King's looking for a wraparound, but Arise is already out of there. Moves
Arise,
back.
yeah, already used the scan because Sand King was missing. Couldn't find him now. He's shown.
Oh, Thompson. Just going to hold his own in this lane. Trixie might be in trouble here. Sven, yeah, can't move forward because of the creep wave coming. Just falls back and continues farming. As the Night Stalker gets a nice little pull. We'll be able to deny a range creep as well for an extra bit of experience there. If Swift Ending wants to take it, which he will. Pretty slow start here for both teams. You can definitely understand why 5 Anchors is going this way. They've got Spectre and Invoker, notoriously slow starting heroes that require that kind of ramping build-up time to get a couple of big items. It's not just that, you know, one item and then they're ready to go. They do need a couple.
Yeah, the only lane they can kill is the top lane, Nyx Assassin, which is going to be even harder as time goes by because he's getting a lot of levels. Maybe right now they can wrap around him. No boots on him.
He's still got a lot of regen. There's the stun into stun, Burrow and Impale. The TPs though, look at this. In come the AA and Night Stalker trying to swing things back the other way. Nemphy successfully TPs out. Oxia might not have the same luxury though. Burrow Strike and Caustic his level 1 and 2 abilities, but he's quick. He's very speedy.
Night Stalker has Rippling Fear, doesn't even matter.
In comes the 2-2-1 there. Laser and rockets make short work of the Sand King.
Well, he bought a lot of time for Spectre on top lane. She has phase boots ready. What do we have?
Phase boots on Invoker coming out soon as well. As Thompson tries to build up that right-click damage, of course. Without Exhort, you do suffer a little bit. A good thing here for the Finns, though, is that Trixie's been given a 1v1 against Swift Ending at this point. Sven trying to play as aggressively as he can like this to push him away from the lane. Just applying that pressure, knowing that if, you know, the Underlord is left to his own devices, he could shove the wave quite easily into that tier 1. Even up against the cleave. And they're focusing so heavily on this mid lane. Time and time again, we see, you know, 4v4 mid lane against Thompson, against Arise. These two great scaling core heroes. You do need to put that work in to kill them off.
Yeah, Night Stalker needs to find a kill in bottom lane. He's running away.
And he runs back in. As the Orb of Venom coming to work, slows him enough for the Cold Feet to snap. Stormhammer is a fair distance away, but they've got the damage between the two supports. That Chilling Touch.
Yeah, Chilling Touch, slow, plus Orb of Venom, Void Slow. Guaranteed Cold Feet. It's only level 2, but still enough to kill him.
Arise there, utilizing his early point in rearm. No Soul Ring yet, but he's using that rearm just to reset the TP scroll so he can TP home, refill his bottle, and return to lane, much like Ember Spirits do. Oh, Oxia, Sand King. This Night Stalker from LeBron has been on point. Finding people time and time again, maybe deny on the neutrals. Oh, he's got it. Beautiful play from the Sand King.
Yeah,
Not where he wants to be, but...
Yeah, 26 seconds. Level 2 Sand King, 6 minutes in.
He makes the best of a really shitty situation, though.
Raster just picked up Invis Rune.
Can they kill the
Yeah,
Tinker,
they
though?
can. Night Stalker and AA are coming though.
The MP Cold Snap. Ready from Topson, burn through the mana there as they get the right clicks in. There's laser off cooldown in a second. The Cold Snap is not going to be enough as he salves up and Arise is alive. They'll turn back, looking for the Shadow Shaman. The one more click from Neuer secures it. LeBron looks like he might be able to turn this one as well. Pops a Fairy Fire, starts battling with the Invoker. The Void is there and Topson's dropping low, regenning with a Quas. He's going to get slowed up though, and LeBron with his Orb of Venom allows the laser to arrive from Arise. Sand King, what
It's a
can you
level
do in this
2
spot?
Sand King.
Yeah. Burrow Strike is there. The Caustic finally pops, but now Sand
wants to
King's
deny
going to try and deny
himself
to
again.
Ancients, and he gets 2 in a row.
This Sand King
got it.
has been dead for more than a minute. With 3 deaths.
How sad. And they didn't kill Arise either. Keeping the Tinker alive, they're so incredibly important for Team Doggie.
Oh, he's going for Ring of Aquila on Spectre, so he's not gonna go for Battle Fury, definitely.
You say that. Definitely. I'm going to hold you to these words.
Alright.
Smoke in from Team Doggie, though, will spot Peksu. And again, LeBron with Neuer. Doing such a great job moving around this map. Shadow Shaman with 4 1 charges might be tanky enough to turn. Doesn't want to play aggressively into the arms of these Radiant heroes, though. Nymphy maybe does, sprinting forward, looking for the AA.
Sand King is coming.
So's the Nyx Assassin, though, and they see Hester Joe arriving.
Watch out for the neutrals.
Good little silence there. Sand King, the owner of the neutrals. He'll find the Burrow Strike here onto LeBron. It's level 2. Should perfectly land on his head, and this will secure a kill for Nymphy there. Swipes through with a Desolate damage.
Oh.
Nyx Assassin returns back to lane.
That's it.
What is this weird solo mid thing? That's the first time I've seen like 1v1 mid in a long time. Usually it's 4v4.
Yeah, they're focusing on bottom lane. Night Stalker can't really harass Invoker. Combined with a Tinker, especially the Quas Wax Invoker. He does not care about it.
Invoker has overtaken in CS though, ever so slightly, just through the denies, so Topson's not having an awful game, just barely behind the Tinker in net worth as well. Earn, Phase Boots, level 7. Once he gets to, you know, level 8, level 9, maybe we'll start to see him make some rotations, but for now he will be focusing very heavily on Arise. I do like this build though. This is a throwback to the good old days, right? Earn, Phase, Drums, Yules. Who needs Ags on Invoker?
Yeah, but at one point, I still think you need a Midas on Invoker
Yeah.
because he is so dependent on the levels of his balls. Can you call them balls?
Orbs.
Orbs, alright. Makes more sense.
For sure. We used to see a lot of like Phase Earn into Midas, or even like Drums into Midas, just to try and swing back into the Exort after you've maxed out your Wex.
Oops.
Just jungle camps for the Tinker. 200 away from bots. Very, very close. The Dire with the Sand King here. Look like they're trying to set up, but it's the Nyx who comes in first. The Ghost Warp there. The Sentry barely on the edge. He's gonna be seen and killed. I cannot believe that. Look at how close he was to the very edge of that. It must have been like one butt cheek or a hair on his back or something that like kept him inside that circle. Honestly, he was standing here and he just somehow seen. Anyway, good placement from the Radiant and good rotation from Nyx. And nets them a kill on the Invoker as Sandking moving down towards bottom rune. Burrow strikes up to the north. It's a weird game again. Horde comes in with the Pit of Malice. They'll try and focus the AA. Missed stun there from the Nyx, though, allows the two-man burrow from the Sand King. Carapace won't be enough to hold them back as the Tornado EMP lands perfectly. And this is where the Finns start to get a couple of kills. Peksu, got to be careful about the march, mate. That killed you off for no good reason.
5-man rotation, though. Spectre going for Keela and drums build, so they can fight early on. Also, Thompson getting drums as well. I don't remember last time I saw 2 cores going for double drums.
Nah, me neither. Seen a lot of like 1 core, 1 support going for drums, but LeBron mid. Dead to earn. Turn around, missed stun from Hester Joe. Not going to catch Thompson, maybe with the rockets. The Ghost Walker's there. They won't find a takedown on the Invoker, unfortunately. Bottom lane, they lost their tier 1 here to Swift Ending. We've not looked at the Sven for a while, right? Mid lane, top lane, it's all been battles and action.
Yeah, I told you, Swift Ending does not want to play with his team. He just farms. Yeah. He's involved in 0 kills so far, but he's sitting on 111 CS. The second one has 65. That's why he's always so farmed, and he's gonna go for the Ancients, gonna stack them up.
Clear out the
Gonna be
medium camp.
successful. Yes, it is. That's 3 stacks.
Very good.
He's gonna get that SNY pretty quickly. When you go for Mask of Madness into other item build, you need to buy Magic Wand because you lack mana. You need some kind. Before you went for Echo Saber, which gave you mana regen and some intelligence as well. This way you can easily take a fight, especially against Quasu X Invoker.
Yeah, you need that burst of mana for sure. And he takes down the northern stack of Ancients there. Swift Ending now closing in on 7,000 net worth. This is the ramp that the Sven is so incredibly strong at. Building up quickly. You've got Boots of Travel on Tinker, about 1/3 of his way towards the Blink, which he so desperately requires. Nyx Assassin sees the Ras to come out and ward, pings it out, so they know that vision is there over the Ancient area. It'll be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade, it appears, as bottom lane taken here by the Finns. Top lane's a little bit slower, but TPing to this tier 1 is not something you want to do against the Night Stalker and the Nyx Assassin when they could be hiding absolutely every... Like, you look at them now, Nyx is deep in jungle, there's a Night Stalker and AA running forward aggressively, so they swing mid instead, maybe looking for the Tinker. The Tinker's just farming jungle. He's fine. Just AFK farming.
Yeah,
Halfway to
not too many kills, 12 kills so far. Just evading fights. What is that Necro Book build on Invoker? They want to take over this game with the Rest Awards and the Necro Book.
I've not seen that in a long time. Wow.
Yeah, he's actually doing it.
That used to be another go-to build, right? Like Necro Full Staff. Remember, even Qualifier was doing it, like, okay, not recently, but not too long ago on Invoker. Trying to bring it back, but couldn't quite find a way to do it nicely. Thompson maybe in this game.
I'm old enough, I remember.
You member.
Yeah. Member berries.
Very good. Is that 2-man Tornado? Yeah, got the Nyx in the back as well. LeBron, see you, buddy. Haunt forward as well. They're hunting for Nyx, but he's in Vendetta. He cannot spot him. They've even got the smoke on the AA to make sure that they are safely back in their own territory.
Yeah, with when you go for 5 health regen, talent on Spectre plus a Magic Wand, you can farm Forest easily.
2-man stun, Nemphy dodges the Ice Blast. There's the Impale on Invoker. He's got Tornado EMP ready. Thompson chucks it out, lands on Nyx. Not going to catch the Sven, unfortunately. We'll find this kill onto Hester Joe pretty simply. No follow through. Oh, LeBron. Oh God. Sand King? Expecting Night Stalker to maybe run forward a little bit further.
He hear his team flaming him.
How did you
Without
miss that?
without saying okay, just saying Suka.
Yeah. Sukkablet. Perkele. Vitu, Vitu. Go, stun him, faster. But, again, 5 anchors, it feels like they're the ones slowing this game down. Like, we're waiting for the Sven and the Tinker, of course. You know, they're going to hit their timings and start to make plays. Once we get this blink on Swift ending, the blink on Tinker should mesh together pretty nicely. But with this Invoker and Spectre, you know, actively fighting so often, so early, it has kind of set back this Radiant team, it feels like, just a little bit. There's LeBron caught with a cold snap. His early game rotations were on point, but so far he's done nothing but feed in the past couple of minutes. Not going to die this time. Up at top, oh god. Nymphy and Trixie going in for a double here, potentially. There is a stun from Hester Joe, but he's just swiped down. 2 for nothing up at top as the fight middle lane was kicking off as well.
Yeah, usually when you go for this build in Spectre, you would see Spectre going for Urn, but Invoker combo, Cold Snap with Urn. Urn triggers the Cold Snap. Rasta board committed on a top lane that's pretty much that tower with a catapult. Sanking already behind. When the tower dies, Sanking will have enough gold for a Blink Dagger, which is pretty good timing, 16 minutes.
He's apologizing now for missing the stun. A little bit late, but
It's never too late to apologize, Gary.
that's exactly right. As long as he gets it off his chest. A very tanky build here from Trixie. Pipe up against the March, against the Ice Blast.
Everything is pretty much magical besides Laser and Sven.
Will be spectacular in this game, it feels. So how are we doing? Tinker has Blink. Sven is 500 gold away. We're nearly getting there. Night Stalker, like LeBron in the previous game, had such an amazing time getting items and farm. Early on, you know, first day, first night time, he was owning. He was like 2-0-2, he's slaying people, and he's tried to continue that aggressive playstyle to kind of open up the map for the Sven. But is there a point where you're saying, enough is enough, stop going in?
Well, Night Stalker is the hero that can find maybe 1, maybe 2 kills during the first night. Depends how enemy team plays. Where Night Stalker shines is the second night. You need to get a lot of kills, a lot of pressure during that time. But they couldn't find any openings. He was pretty much caught alone, and they played really well. Read the movement. They're gonna catch him once again.
Still daytime. They go instead onto this mid Sven, out of mana, 17-1 charges, but Swift ending. He's going to pop them before getting tornadoed up. The stun not coming out as Thompson jukes into the trees. Now they turn back on to LeBron. Night Stalker, a few more punches and he will fall. A blink forward from Sandking makes damn sure it happens. And Sven, he bought Blink before dying. It feels like they're getting just chipped away at little by little. All of these small fights, one guy dies here, one guy dies there. The Dire team just kind of have the edge moving forward minute by minute. Even though there's a very limited lead, experience in gold, almost nothing between the two teams. I don't know if I'm being biased by accident or something. It just, my brain is telling me the Dire, they're doing this the right way.
Yeah, there are. You have Sven, who's almost 3,000 ahead of everyone, who's being kind of useless because of the item build he went for. He's 0-1-0. I mentioned that he needs a BKB and he needs to put a lot of pressure, but he went for S and Y before the blink. Maybe if he caught up a blink, played with the Night Stalker around that 12-minute mark with the second Night, and then went into a BKB, he's gonna have a really hard time now fighting. Especially against the Quas-Wax Invoker. But he should be careful. Now
he does have that blink. Thompson, are you going to get chain stunned? You are! Nyx makes sure that the Ghost Walk wasn't coming. And they'll bring down Thompson's Invoker. And this feels like step 1 for Sven manhandling this game. They'll look for the tier 1 mid, but the Glyph will save it for now. With Roshan down, and Spectre having Aegis, it is going to be difficult to focus her, so Invoker really does have to be that one hero they jump on, it feels like, as they converge around mid lane. Trixie tanky on the front line, Spectre trying to arrive, but they've already brought the Sand King down. The Finns not fighting around their tier 1, but giving away a kill here and there. The shackles cancelled as the Void from Night Stalker would have done the same job anyway. Pexu just wanted to retreat a little bit further back. But they defend their tower for sure. Bait in a number of Radiant heroes here. There's, what, 5 up against the 3 that the Finns are putting in this middle lane. And the Radiant, they kind of feel like they have to walk away from that tower.
The thing is, Tinker still has 0 deaths. They don't have the classic Tinker counter. I mean, even if Spectre haunts, if he's in the trees, Sanking use the stun, they can't catch him. That's the problem. And he already has Blink plus Kaya.
LeBron's just scouting people at this point. And dying.
Oops.
Goodbye, Thompson. He's had enough of this game.
Where's the chicken? It's
Which one, Radiant or Dire?
Dire. Oh, he almost has book 3.
Yeah, getting closer and closer.
If I see it correctly. No.
He's got book 1 now,
Book
right?
1, and that wasn't his gold because the game was paused.
Ah.
Never mind, it was Underlord's gold.
Oh, he's got 2,000 money saved up. Lovely.
$2,000 American dollars because NA is the best region.
Excuse me? It's Turkmenistani manat.
Did you bring me the money?
I know, I checked. I only have 1 note. I'm sorry. I did look for you, though. I did check. And I think I threw away all my coins, or I put them in some donation thing at the airport, so I don't have any of them either. Oh. Where's that tornado? I heard it, but I can't bloody see it. He's scouting, it looks like. Scan in behind. Does clip onto the Tinker, but he's already TP'd away. Serpent wards to try and secure tier 2, but you look at Swift ending top. Pink is pinging, knowing that they're trading off evenly here against the Sven, who is considering pushing even further. Defense of the high ground is imperative here for the Dire team. Swift ending God's Strength lasting for another while, 15 seconds or so. But with the Rasta showing, they will go back up onto the opposing ramp.
Well, with the build that they're going on Invoker against Tinker, it's super risky. I mean, they have Pipe, Rasta wards, but they need to do something. But that's an Invoker without Midas and with a Necro book, so he does not farm fast. He's level 14, which is pretty good. What Sven is 17, Spectre 15, almost 16. Has Manta style finished.
But this is like the launch pad moment, right?
Yeah,
this is where Invoker needs to go in. Like, he has to pop off, basically.
He still has 5 to 10 minutes. If it doesn't work, it's gonna hurt him a lot.
Max Wax, Necro 2 ready in his stash back home. Stun there from Joe onto Nymphy. Not really doing too much though. There's the Void, but not the Silence. LeBron is caught with a blink in. Stun with God's Strength. Hex back from Pexu. Catches out the Sven, and now the dust is popped, but the Ice Blast, oh, catches onto Thompson there just about. It looks like the fight breaks down though, as no one really looking to commit too heavily except one hero in the back. Spectre's gone in deep. Not quite gonna die just yet. Dodges away from the vortex on the floor. If that rocket had hit him, potentially enough damage. LeBron being chased in the back end as well. So it will end up being a 2-for-0 there. Dire coming out on top pretty strong in that fight, but super awkward from both sides. You know, jumping in, jumping out. No one really committing on one target. Very scrappy battles. Sven not getting that kill really hurt them though.
Yeah, Sven needs that BKB so desperately. Against Underlord, who has a pipe and the crest. It's really hard.
Oh, he went back for the solar
Yeah,
crest.
he still wants to build into Atos, just to keep them in place, because they don't have that good initiation besides Sanking stun, no follow-up.
Goodbye, Trixie. He's even given AA the level 10 for his gold talent. And Serpent will get farmed mid as well.
AA needed to invest a lot of money, a lot of Turkmenistani money into sentries as well, against the Sanking, against Shadow Shaman, who has a Glimmer Cape as well.
And there's LeBron, who's trying to build a medallion, but he's had to buy dust. TP scrolls and all that nonsense as well. Moving forward, though, Tinker, TP is mid. What's he up to on Arise? Kaya, nearly Aghanims after the bot's blink, of course. But Sand King top lane, looks like he might just immediately die. Chain stunned into oblivion.
Middle tower is under attack.
Simple kill.
They don't have any vision on the side of Dire at all in this area. This
Top half of the map, basically,
yeah,
right?
they have one ward at the moment.
They've got a Tinker ward down bottom as well.
Okay.
But that's only for Tinker, it feels like, right? It's not like a general vision ward. Oh, they're going to kill him? Yeah, before the ult even gets him back to base. Underlord blown up by the 5 heroes of the Radiant side. God Strength was used, fair enough. Swift Ending wanted to secure that kill. If they can convert it into a tier 2, then fair enough. Waiting for this Roshan to come back up. About a minute until the fastest spawn time. Nyx Assassin Sentry is there. He's stunned up with a Tornado EMP. They'll be able to get the Hex off as well, potentially, and there we go. Carapace used immediately, but the Spectre haunts forward. God Strength is down. They get the Cold Snap onto Hester Joe. The Necrobooks are pop running forward as well, but here's Nemphy arriving right on time and onto the Sven. He can turn a stun, and he's got a 10-second BKB to get in there, but he doesn't have the damage to really do too much. Being kited around as Nemphy clears up with the alacrity. He's actually ripping them apart, but the laser from Arise slows down the advance with the March of the Machines, and the Finnish guys do have to fall back, but that fight, 2 supports for nothing, defending their tier 2. Of course, Underlord was dead from previously, earlier on.
Yeah, Spectre had the Diffuse Blade finished, but Chicken couldn't deliver it, so that's a lot of damage, a lot of mana burn in the fight. Still, they managed to take down 2 heroes because Sven did not have ulti, so they could not turn and fight.
That's very sad.
Well, Tinker has Aghanim Scepter now, so that's gonna be a problem for Finns.
Yeah, Nemphy does have Manta to get out of 1 laser, but if he gets lasered again, then it's going to be a bit of a struggle for him. And now you're looking at Thompson going back for the Aghanim Scepter. Hand of Midas has been left by the wayside. He feels like he's good in a good enough spot here, just to skip over it. Level 16, 27 minutes in. He'll start swinging back into Exort, potentially once Quas is maxed. The standard stuff for the QW Invoker. Top lane, what's happening here? Jump forward from the Tinker and the Nyx. Underlord tries to pop his ulti with a pipe as well. Might just get out of there, and he does get back to Throne. At the same time, saving the Invoker and Spectre's life as they were running forward to try and catch them.
They need to find an opening with a Sanking. Once Spectre uses ulti, she creates a lot of chaos. That's when Sanking needs to go in. Try to pick off the supports AA before using a blast, maybe even Night Stalker. If they can ninja the Tinker in the back lines, that would be awesome. I love the build on the Tinker. He's actually going for a BKB. That's what he has queued up. They really can't kill him.
Roshan down to 1,000 health. The backstab from the Finns. Maybe a little too slow, but they'll hold the high ground now with AA moving up. They get the Pit of Malice in. The Sven has BKB. Stuns up an illusion or something. The episode comes in for the Sand King. They're bursting him down, but the turnaround from Nyx catches a 3-man. They're surviving through it, though. Age is still being held. The laser now bounces back across them. Peksu throws the Serpent Wards. Arise! He's trapped. He gets another laser, though. He's still going to fall. Down goes the Tinker, but the Sven has come back into battle. BKB up. Stun at the ready. LeBron with a double kill. The Pit of Malice not really doing too much, but this could be a zonal tool. Keep them away from this Invoker. But the Nyx has jumped over, gets the stun, and they're all gonna fall. Down goes another. LeBron falls to Nemphy, but the Spectre's still up and running. Is it the Radiant now who have to run and triple for Nemphy? The Spectre's tanking through everything, chasing Swift Ending. No Aegis remaining. And the Finns, I dare say, won that team fight.
Yeah, they're not focusing the Spectre. But the problem is that Sven picked up the Aegis. He's one of the worst Aegis carrier you can get. His ulti was down, so no big damage coming out from the Sven there.
Radiant's top tower
If they gave,
is under attack.
imagine if they gave Aegis to Tinker. I mean, even in a fight, if Sven dies after using ulti, he does not have it again. So It's pretty useless to have it on Sven.
Yeah, it's a real rough decision. Was that the first Roshan of the game?
Yeah, no, that was the second one though.
Okay.
Because
I
Sven,
thought so. What
Sven
happened to
had
the
a
cheat?
cheese. Sven had to pop it.
They used both.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe if he gets a kill on Nemphy, Illusion's working against the Spectre. Doesn't have Quelling Blade or Dagger ready, but it looks like Swift Ending
Tinker might find him. Do they
Oh,
have a
with the
scan?
march? Oh, jeez. This is getting rough. Oh, he dies at the very end. That line ends there, and he dies. Very, very sad indeed, as Underlord is brought down by Swift Ending as the chase moves forward. Nemphy was trying to be saved by his teammates, but Thompson and Oxia fall away from that fight.
Yeah, you can feel the item build on Invoker right now that it's not working anymore though. I mean it was super risky though, especially against a hero like a Tinker. You have the best hero in the game to defend the base.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it feels great when you're moving forward and you're the one smoking and looking for picks. But if you're being run at as an Invoker here with no Force, no BKB, no Link, that happens. You have no chance. You just die immediately. Buys back into the game. He's got Tornado EMP to maybe hold back the angry heroes of Team Doggie. Tornado not going to land onto any of them though as the rockets fly, and tier 3 very, very nearly dead. Down it goes. In jumps Hester Joe, stuns up the Invoker. This buyback could be a dieback. Dead for 70. Disaster strikes.
Do they have mana to give to Sven? Because he has level 3 ulti there.
They do not right now. He pops his Intreads to try and get it. Turns back with the laser bouncing. Spectre alive. Goes in onto Tinker, but the Manta's there to dodge out of the laser. The damage not quite enough. He TPs away. Oxia jumps in with the epicenter, but he jumped too early. Not getting the damage in there is a big problem, and now they're going to potentially let the Radiant escape the laser. The double stun, the damage, in comes Arise. Looks for the kill on the Spectre, jumps forward with the Nyx, and Emphy might just be falling, but the dispersion damage gets the Nyx first. Immediate buyback by Spectre, a Swift
Where's
ending.
the TP?
He's tanking through with a War Cry, and he's got a blink. Tinker's even coming in.
Yeah, Tinker has bots level 2.
One lane of Rax. Radiant doing a great job there.
That's 2 diebacks. Thompson and I mean 1 dieback, 1 buyback from a Spectre.
A slight problem for 5 anchors. Sven nearly has a full Daedalus. Tinker,
Radiant's bottom tower
where are we going now for him? 2,700 gold saved up. Still aiming for the BKB. Even the Spectre's buying a BKB. That feels pretty rough.
She needs it against the laser.
Definitely feels that way. I just clicked on the Invoker and I was expecting maybe
Aghanims and Refresher? Yeah, not this game.
no. I was expecting maybe some items on the Courier, but he just has no gold. The dieback there set him back so far. Now you're wishing, why didn't I buy a Midas 15 minutes ago?
Yeah, error 404. Items not found.
Yep, that's the thing. That is the problem. Top. Oh dear. Sand King. Blink in, blink out. Burrow Strike. All about. Still dead. Full staff across the side won't be enough to hide from Arise. Tinker has been very, very good this. I mean, the one death that Arise has was that messy Roshan fight with the backstab from the Finns where he died up on the hilltop here. Apart from that,
Dire's top
he's
tower
been untouched. He has been jumping around from lane to lane doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, now Sven really shines. Almost level 25 when he gets it. Plus 40 strength.
Dire's top shrine
God strength.
has fallen.
The amount of HP he has is just insane. He's gonna have like 4,000 HP.
Oh, that's going to be big. Very, very big. Tinker TPing in onto these Necrobooks middle lane. Laser them down. Is that just Thompson trying to shove out waves with Necro units?
It's not very effective.
5 anchors hiding back in their base.
Dire's bottom shrine
One
is
hero
under
out on the
attack.
map. Yep, TPing back home. The Spectre doesn't want to get caught.
Radiant are scared.
Buyback wise, it's a big old nada. Rasta and Sven Sven? I've turned it
Sven, that's,
Siobhan Connery.
Check, Sven.
What has he got? Full assault gear. Oh, jeez, dude. Full AC. Level 25. 3k HP.
Yeah, he's
Before
old.
God Strength.
He's old one.
Okay. Very good, very good. So the plan, tier 2 bottom, Roshan after, 1 minute 15 until the fastest spawn, and Tinker's just going to keep these waves pushed out. The 5-man from the Finns doesn't feel too strong right now, and the Shadow Shaman hasn't been able to get out across the map to place any Serpent Wards in a good 10 minutes or so. Things have ground to a halt for this Dire squad. If they can catch the Tinker, though, they've still got good ways to fight around the Sven and kite him. Who have they caught? Pexu Rasta. Great pairing there. Nick's giving the vision with the Vendetta. The Dire supports are too poor to like buy sentries or a gem or anything to spot the Nyx when he's moving around. And then Tinker just TPs in and...
Yeah, you don't usually see Tinker going for BOTs level 2 that early on, but with the Nyx Assassin providing vision, using a stun, Tinker TPs in, gets a kill. Sounds pretty good.
And you never see it coming. Alacrity Necro Warrior, go! Get in there, Sven, jumping forward. The Pitamal's not going to do anything to BKB. Swift ending! 2 hits down on the Underlord, and looking for Nymphy now with a laser bouncing around. They'll push them back. No buyback Spectre. Still on cooldown for 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, they should just call this one.
They do have the catch on to this Night Stalker, though.
Or
him
maybe not.
down.
Maybe I was
Nymphy.
wrong. Where's the Tinker? They just need to reset. No mana on AA, though. They can still hold it. I mean, it's an Underlord, but once Sven goes in, he has 4.4k HP.
Still Rack standing top, though. Roshan, 10 seconds. Sunstrike, 9 seconds too early, Thompson. Not what I expect from a top 10 player.
Is he top 10
Unacceptable.
on the leaderboards?
He was a couple of days ago. He was 7th place like a couple of days ago. I don't know what he is now. I don't keep track unless I'm casting them. When I see their little things pop up. Maybe you can check.
Oh, we can see after the game.
Yeah, that's right. I do like that, actually. It's a nice little thing where you're like, we can compare the teams and see who had the best players. It's a good little Roshan steal here if they can get it done, but with that Ice Blast, things get very difficult. In comes Sven, Tinker, arrive in the pit. Goodbye, Trixie. Immediately blown up. The Sand King does just about blink away, though. I don't think the Dire want to turn and do too much. Maybe troll around with the Roshan a little bit. Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard, all on
Can
the
he kill
floor.
Nah.
Tried with the Serpent Wars, did he?
Yeah.
Did he get the Aegis? No.
No.
You got the cheese?
Aegis Cheese on Sven, Refresher Shard on
Yeah, you're right.
on NS. So double ulti on Sven with a Refresher Shard.
I mean, killing him once is already so hard. Killing him 3 times now?
Imagine Refresher Shard on Tinker, just refreshing the rearm.
Mind blown. Damn. I don't know where you get these ideas from. Different planet or something. Out of this world. Neuer. Out of HP. Little catch there, not too bad. Sven. He wants in. The laser bouncing across 4 heroes there, and again in onto the Sand King to take him down. Thompson immediately blown up. The Nyx providing that level 4 mana burn. Simple damage from a simpler time. And you asked potentially if it was time to call it for the Dire team. It's getting there. Spectre and Invoker, though, they are alive now. Thompson not able to help his teammate. Beyond godlike for swift ending, and in with a cleave. Down go the entirety of the Finn stack. Nymphy trying to jump from one hero to another. But Oxia taken out by the swift ending Sven, and GG is called again. We're going to a game number 3.
Yes, we are. I don't know, this build on Invoker did not really work out.
It felt like the Necro book was like a step too far. Maybe the drums was a step too
2
far.
drums on 2 cores. It works good it could have worked if they played against a different hero than Invoker.
Tinker.
I mean, than Tinker, yeah.
It did feel a little bit rough. I want to see the... wait, hang on a second. Where's Thompson? Oh, he's gone to 13 now. He's not top 10. My apologies.
Unlucky 13.
My apologies. He has dropped a few ranks. Trixie up there, top 100. Pretty good. Well, not too bad. But, yeah, game 3 coming. So far, this series seems... Like, honestly, this series seems super even to me. You know, playstyle-wise, drafting-wise. It does feel like it comes down to, like, that final pick. Whoever can get the kind of upper hand with the like the final out pick, right? Like, oh, mid versus mid, we're going to outdraft you mid lane.
Yeah, we saw in the previous series as well the first pick Tinker, because a lot of the